go live right now and let's make sure that we are on time and we are talking about the EMini today, this morning. EMini trying to break that 32, I mean, that 4200 again. I mean, last week we have a nice spike from the 42 to the 4220. So I will post here in the chat, those of you who are coming for the first time, on how do we trade on market profile. Make sure you come to our website, okay, eslive8.com, and I will give you that right now if you guys would like to come to our chat. That is www.eslive8.chat. All right, those of you, and I will go to the charts right now. Let's take a look at what's happening here. Kind of morning. Yeah, I agree. 100% bubble. Yep, 100% bubble. I agree with you. We're seeing the market this morning overlapping completely. You can see the overlapping value on the ES. And now we have this oil, and I'm going to talk about oil in a minute. But oil just gave us the 64. Before I left, I think I mentioned that. Let me see. Before I left on this morning, CL, $64, pipeline noise. I wrote it down for you guys on the screen. Make sure to see both reversals back to 65 and the ES maybe back to 214 before the end of the day. So let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about the EMini. Look at what happened this morning. Pure algo trading the first hour. Okay, first hour of trading. We have first hour of trading. We have the EMini printing those 42.31s as we were opening this morning. We opened right at 42.2850. Then we started migrating lower. I think we saw sell-off on technology. I got myself long some TQQs, some FNGUs. You guys know my drill. Let me show you what do I have so far when it comes to the markets. So I am long, as you can see, about 100 shares, not a lot of shares on my end. When it comes to TQQ, I have about 100 right now. And then I have 500, I believe, I bought on FNGU. So currently I had about 100 shares. I bought them at 98.48. Let's see if we can bounce at the end of the day, if not tomorrow in technology. And we have some noise, this pipeline noise on the oil today. Oil just dragging us to $64 like I told you before. But the point on EMini is now you have this nice trend line, if you can see clearly, holding this 42.21, and we have this nice channel now on the EMini. So start looking for a move back to the 14. As a matter of fact, I was shorting those 27s overnight. My first trade was to short those 27s back to the, I think I got out at 18. I was looking for 18 number. So let me go and explain to you what's going on with this EMini trade. Overnight, we printed a new all-time high of 42.38 overnight. I would like to see this actually during the day. What happened on Friday, though, is the Friday we see this nice inventory after a move from that ugly jobs report, and we ran to these 30s and we just stayed there most of the day. There were some singles around the 18 to 21, which I was able to capture. I posted that on Twitter. I believe I have still a picture here for the guys. Let me show you. Also, there I have it. So here is the picture that I posted on Twitter, and this was posted to you guys when we were printing these 42.29, as you can see. So I shorted that 42.29/28 and took it all the way to the 18, and I posted, I mean, almost 20 minutes, half an hour before that, about 10 points, about 10 handles on that trade. And if you look, I think that was my last trade. That day on Friday, I gave you guys, yep. So you see, I said to you guys, look, we might have some balancing, and then I gave you the trade here, 42.21, 42.18. Start looking for those singles on the ES, and just like that, I was able to capture that trade on Friday. Friday came along, we left some port structure. If you look at the market profile for Friday, look at it clearly, and you'll see how we left. I'm gonna increase this. How we left port high Friday morning when we were printing these originally 32 level. Then as we were closing the market, we just went and tagged that high again, creating what is called a port high. Now that needs to be repaired. I would like for that to actually go and get repaired this week. Hopefully we can repair it today. When I saw that 42.38 this morning in the AM, I was expecting that to happen, but unfortunately we're still not there yet. Okay, not there yet when it comes to the EMini. We have a port high. This needs to get repaired. It's a port structure. Having said that, though, Friday, all this volume that we got here, I mean, it was very, very shallow. It was not enough. Even I think even Dalton, I think he posted something on Twitter talking about this, which is, I mean, it is understandable, right? What you want to see is volume being here with the acceptance of this pricing, but we did not see that on Friday. So what do we have now? Today, overlapping value, right? You see this original IB. If you look at the initial balance from this morning, we are literally inside this value area from Friday, okay? We are right inside the value area from Friday. So this would tell me we might have this type of rotational day. That's why as we were leaving this morning, I mentioned to you guys these 42.14 back to 42.28, maybe just a rotation that it could happen this morning. This morning, I told you balance area 4200, 4225. At that point, I was getting out of my shorts at 4218. Now look where we are now, okay? The market has completely reversed course, trying to break about those 20s inside the overnight range currently. Good chances that we might go and tag the open if we get enough momentum. But if you can see, guys, there is no volume. Let me go look at the NYSE. Hold on. Let me give you guys, give me see if I can get into the Jim Dalton, where I see usually the volume and the difference between, the previous day and the volume for today. And you can see today we're printing just a tiny bit more because Friday was so ugly. So check it out, right? Look at the volume from today compared to that of Friday. It's a bit better. I mean, Friday was just ugly. Today we're seeing a little bit more of activity this morning. So Thursday going into Friday, this thing was ridiculously. I mean, it was really bad, even though we were printing new highs on that 42.32 on that ES. So I will be paying attention to these numbers as we come to the close of the day to see how good or what price action we will have. But just note that being inside this overnight range, it just tells me that we might start rotating back and forth between the value area high and the value area low. So if you are a scalper, that 42.20 may be a good place to start adding some to your longs. And if you're shorting the market, look at those 42.38s as a potential move for them to come back into the 4200s. I was looking for originally the move to go to the 4200s. I have a couple of shorts. I'm looking for the SPY options as well, the 422s, SPY options for this Friday. I'll be looking into those maybe tomorrow morning as we come to the markets. So what are we doing so far? FNGU, I have another trade. I think I went long 46.75. If you look, I have about 500 shares right now. I'm long technology, FMGU. I am long the TQQs as of right now, and I'm planning to go short this market around the 4230s if I see it on the E-mini for today. Technology, I mean, NASDAQ off the open, guys, the NQ. Let me give you guys the NQ chart. Right off the open, I mean, the moment we open the market, we drop out of that all-time high. I believe there was a new all-time high on Friday on that 13,800. And this morning, the moment we opened 700, we just plummeted all the way to 450s. I believe it is the low of the day. So be paying close attention to this. Yeah, we tag, I think we tag 454. Let's see if we hold this 500 as the end of the day come near and we are able to pull back on the 600 levels. As of right now, what I see so far in the market is that we are just stalling here. It is Monday morning. It is the day that is mostly observation, usually for the big guys on Monday. Looking at the 5-minute chart on the ES, you see the struggle between 24 and 27, right at the money, 27 on that ES, guys. So not much to do if you are observing the market today and looking at opportunities in the market. Look at those that are taking a beating today, such as Amazon. I mean, if you can trade those stocks like Amazon, like Netflix, the Googles. I mean, Google is down today almost $70, I believe, this morning. $60 now. It's down $58 on Google. UVXY, surprisingly, it is holding the $4 mark. I was expecting to see 350 today. It is holding the $4 mark. And the SPY, like I'm telling you, the 422, it looks like those 422 puts are going to be my play coming in tomorrow. 422 puts for the SPY trade. Baidu taking a beating today. So is Baba, Twitter, most of the technology. Look at Nvidia down $16 today. Positive. IBM is the only thing that I see positive, and Disney, which is positive by 91 cents. PayPal down $7. So is Snow like $9. Shopify, interesting. Shopify taking a beating today, down $34 or 3%. And I see a lot of other stocks, guys, that might give us good opportunities. Look at Roku down $10. Wayfair, on the other hand, now Wayfair above the $300 mark, which is great. Those 289s, 270s were good before earnings, and now look at them just going back above the 310s. Take-Two Interactive positive today, surprisingly holding the 170. D-Dog, DKNG, I saw some news this morning about DKNG. I think were some downgrades. Morgan Stanley, I think, size up after a strong Q1. We'll see how that's going to take them up. Strong results. We have, I think there is a good opportunity ahead for this company. I own it. I own some DKNG. I think I went long 50s. Planning to add if I see a little bit more. Maybe here in the 48s is not a bad place to start adding. This, again, is probably one of those growth opportunities you will get going into December or into the next year trading. So if you are trading any stocks, I'll probably recommend to you start looking for growth, start looking for good companies such as FTNT, one of my favorites, or look for semiconductors. There are some pretty good opportunities on semiconductors, even though we have this shortage going on. But there is some growth in those sectors. Like Unity Software today is taking a beating. I believe has something to do with their, their report from last week. I have to go into it, to be honest with you. Most of the things happen in Unity Software, though. I did like before the fact that Kathy was accumulating some of those. But we have now 8 days, guys. For 8 days, we have been going lower on Unity Software. This ticker is the letter U. So we might be able to print again 65 and go back to those $180 price. But so far, I mean, I'm staying away a little bit. I think I own like 50 shares, very, very small. Back in the days, I bought it, I think, at $100 when we were printing $100. Currently, we are printing $82. So if this is a long-term hold, like usually I'm not looking for trades on this growth to be more than a month or two. I think it's better. Um, I mean, a much better opportunity buying right here on 82. But if you want to wait for those $70 on Unity software, be my guest. I mean, there is nothing wrong on waiting on that for Unity software. Another stock that is one of my favorites for the long term is Take Two. You guys know I am long Take Two Interactive. So am I long CRSR? Those stocks currently about 32 bucks on CRSR, and it has pretty good. I mean, if you look at the CRSR financials and start looking at all their competition and everything that they have going on, their earnings estimates for, I think they gave it like I think 5 days ago we had some earnings. I think it was last week. The estimates was just great, guys. They gave a pretty good targets for the first quarter. They raised their guidance. I mean, for the full year, but and the stock fell, right? So even though the stock is falling, it's giving us this opportunity to go long this stock and start looking for long-term growth for CRSR. Having said that, though, if you do not trade stocks, I mean, if you're here in the room trading futures, I will be giving you some more insights as to what the market might or might not do when it comes to the daily basis, right? I'm looking at Boeing today, and Boeing, remember last week I sold it around 236. Now look at Boeing today, printing 240, and it's coming back to this 36. So I might start looking to add a small position here. I like the 230s back to the 250s, guys, on for Boeing, excuse me, for Boeing. Market not going anywhere, guys. I mean, I'm struggling here. Look at opportunities so far. Monday morning is pretty damn quiet so far. Let me see if there is any questions in the room. Oh, 100%, 100% agree. 4220, yep, very quiet, Bubble. So very quiet. Just observation Monday today. I'm gonna tell my guys. So that's what I have. Like currently, we're printing 42.23s. If you shorted at 27 as we were opening, which is the previous day settled, guys, on the ES. Let me go back to the EMini right now. I should have added that as we were talking about it. Let me see what's going on. Oops, did I just gave you that? Let's see. KSS. Oh, am I short KSS? Hold on. I am short calls. Let me look at calls. Yes, so I am short about 200 shares on calls, 61.51. And today they are just ripping higher to that 63 level. I believe there was some adjustment to the price this morning, improved sentiment. I don't know what do they mean by improved sentiment. Just go look at the financials of that company. That company sucks. That's the reason why I've been shorting this stock, and we have been making a killing on shorting this. I'll give it about $1 more from this 63 for me to close this. I don't want to lose more than 500 bucks on that trade. But I'll be monitoring. By the way, I will probably place an alert for the guys in the room to start shorting this 63. Give me 1 second. Because 63 at these levels, guy, calls. Let me put it here. Calls. Trade. So I'm going to add it here. Short those 63.39. And target, look for the 60. But your stop, don't let it go. Maybe 60. I'm going to put 60.50 just in case we stop there like we did last week. $60. Do the stop. Don't let it go above 64. On that, if you are trading calls with me on the charts, in the short side, excuse me, I will be adding once I see those opportunities coming online. TQQ, I will add these and FNGU for the guys that are in the room. FNGU trade. I forgot. Long 26.75. Target I will be looking for that 30 bucks. You guys know me, $31. Stop, that's my own risk because I will adding at 25. Adding, I'm gonna type it here. You guys see this live. This is how I trade, adding at 25. This is how I give my trade ideas to these guys. TQQ, let me add the TQQ trade to them. The TQQ trade, and I need to go back to my other account. Give me 1 second, guys, because I have a trade on my other account. Interactive TQQ 98 is still 98. Okay, that's fine. TQQ trade. I am long, by the way, 98.42 on my interactive broker, and I am long here on my Thinkorswim account as well. All right, long. What do we have here? Long 98.48. Target the 101. Hopefully we can get back to the 101 on this and collect maybe $1,000 on both trades, guys. 101, 102. Adding stop. All right, stop my own risk on this one, and I'm adding at the 96. If I see 96, I will add some more to my trade. So far, working. We're making about 70, about $100 on this one. How much are we making on FNGU? Let me see FNGU. Also about $100. We can collect probably $500 today on these two trades. Boeing and Baba. So Baba, looking for this Baba trade. Let me go back to my interactive broker, see if I can close one of my positions on FNGU. Let me go back to the FNGU trade. Where are you, FNGU? And where are you? Where are you? Come on, come on. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go to my mobile because I have it on my mobile. And the two accounts that I have are probably... Okay, good. So I'm long 98.48, currently printing 96, 26.75 long FNGU. So I might close those two trades before the end of the day if they come online. All right. Cool. So what do we have again on this particular trading today? Very slow, holding $4 on those UVXY. Let's see what FNGU. Look at this EMini. So let me show you what's going on with this EMini. We just printed that 26, right? And you see that resistance now on that 27, which is the previous day settle. A couple of times we have tagged that settlement from Friday. We cannot get above it, guys. So the good chance is that if we don't break this, we're probably going to revisit before the end of the day this 42.15. So start looking for those 10 points. I'll probably be posting that on Twitter really quick for some of you guys to look into it. But seeing this confluence, right, and just this overlapping value does not give me much confidence. Volume is really low today on that E-mini. So I'll be looking for both trades. Look at this baby just going. I love this FNGU. If FNGU comes into play, let me go back to my account. If FNGU comes into play, I will be adding some more, guys. FNGU looking good after that 26.60. About 500 shares on that trade, paying off some pretty good now, some pretty good money. About $200. Let's see if we can break it and make $500 on those two stocks. Okay. Now let me see what we have on Unity. Unity still taking the beating at 82. Till rate down 93 cents today. Not a lot. DKNG coming back just a bit. Let me look at DKNG. Twitter. Starbucks. And that is my D-Dog. And where is my DKNG? There you are. Off the lows, of those $44, now almost at $46 off the lows on that DKNG, guys. Very good, very good, very good so far. Okay. So pay attention to this E-mini. Please, please, please pay attention to that one, 27. Home builders, big today. The home builders ETF, I play usually with the nail. If you guys don't know that, that's what I play with. Nail ticker symbol for home builders. Strong move out of the open this morning. I'll be looking to add if I see the move back into the tens for that. Now, all right, let me take a look at give me 1 second. I'm replying to one of my members. There you go. All right, so we have a couple of things to look for this morning as we go into the launch area, and that is the rotation between this point of control and halfback, which is around 23 back to 27. So if you're scalping the EMini today, I will be looking for those two trades. Let me take out of this news. I will be looking for the following. If you look, and this morning, I think I placed this for the guys in the room and I gave them this. Early morning, 31s, but then we haven't been able to break that 27. You see where you are stuck right now, and that's your trend line. Unless you break that, we will be going higher to those 32s, which is 38s, excuse me, which is the overnight high. Being inside this overnight range, I would be happy if they get some momentum, but so far the previous settle has been our stopping point. So unless we break that previous settlement date, we are going nowhere, just stuck here in the middle. Nothing to do in the market so far on the ES. Let's go and look at the oil, because oil, we have this noise regarding the pipeline ransomware attack, and we have the same thing that we have in the ES, right? Overlapping value, same thing. Here is the value from Friday. Here is the value for today. Now we are overlapping lower though, even though it's an overlapping. We'll see how it's going to develop through the rest of the day. But so far it's overlapping just a bit lower. The same thing from Thursday going into Friday. We saw that move to the 64s and then right away bounce back to 65. Well, today I told you as I was leaving this morning, look for the 64 and look where we are now, back at 65, 64.75, excuse me. So here is your range, very small. It's about $1, about $1,000 per lot, but it's still a pretty good opportunity to be taking for oil, on the oil trade. Let me get rid of this gap because this has been actually filled. This was used for my video. We have these singles. This one I will leave because these are the singles from last Wednesday after that inventory report. So I will leave these on and I will just move my singles right here so I know those are all the way about 6 singles back to 65.80. Look at what happened this morning, guys. This morning we left a poor high right around 65.47. The market couldn't just go higher. Instead, what they did, after we opened and the first hour of trading, we just decided to move all the way to 64. You look where we stopped, right of those singles that we repair on Friday, right? Same place. Okay, those singles, as you guys recall, they were from the previous Monday, May the 3rd, right? Those were the singles that got repaired on oil, excuse me. These singles were from May 3rd. We did repair them Friday, and today we came again and we test them. So now we know this is a nice support, those $64 mark for oil trade. As we move forward in the week, I don't know how bad this disruption is going to be when it comes to inventory for the gasoline, but gasoline for sure, we might see this build up coming on Tuesday. As of right now, I do believe we will see this 64 again. So be on the lookout for both levels, 64 back to 65. today I really messed up because I gave you the trade. I did not place my trade. I just left. I left for an errand with my wife and my baby. And man, I really screw up because they came to the 64, even below that 63.95. And look, now it's printing close to the 65, exactly the range that I mentioned this morning in the room. Uh, I do not. This is just pure noise with this thing going on. Uh, what I believe this oil is going to do eventually is take us out of this range. If you look at this range, guys, it's pretty limited so far. I will be looking for, as of right now, let me mark it down, right? Let me just mark you guys a area right here, and I will probably, so far, I'm gonna give it a different color there. I'm gonna make it a little bit yellowish, and I will show you both levels. Let me put the pricing here, and let's make it this one white. And there you go. That's beautiful. I will save it. Give me 1 second there. And I am not going to lock it. Usually I will lock my areas of balance. But here is the thing with oil. Okay, let me zoom out just a tiny bit. And let's zoom in from the previous area. Yes. All right. So you guys recall the month of March and April, of course, when we had these value areas between $60 and 61, I think was $61. Okay, thank you. So it looks like the ES is trying to print above that trend line, guys. The EMini, let me go take a look at it. Look at the EMini trying to break that 27 bucks, 42.27. So start looking for the tag of the open. Like I told you, if you were long that EMini of those 14s, the target is the open. So let's see if they're going to tag the open on the EMini. All right. Let's go back to our oil. Back to the oil. So you guys recall that's 59 when we were trading those 59s and those 61s in the past. We had this pretty nice balance of over a month. I believe we were stuck here until we finally broke out of those 62s and then went back to the 63s. Well, now as we are moving away from this area, guys, you need to understand that this 61 level, right, after we broke out, right, we created this small balance here, and then we went back and retest those 61, which was almost the 50% of this range, right, that we were stuck before. How we have come from this 61 and print those 66. So if you come along and you start learning some market profile, value was starting to move higher since April 27. Since the moment we start printing these 61s on April 27, going into May, we have value going higher and higher for our oil. But once we stop here, we came and test. Remember that gap that we had before? We closed the gap, and here is the first value. This value gave me that ultimate 66.80. You guys recall this last week for the oil trading. Now, being here on this 64, here is the mark that you need to keep in your head and in your charts. That $64 even is that mark where we keep buying oil so far. TQQ, somebody just told me, excuse me, TQQ making a big jump here, and so is FNGU. I will be closing those when I see $500 on my account. Those of you who went long that TQQ, I'll go put it in the chart right now. Let me take this off and let me look at the TQQ. Here is the TQQ. Currently making about $200. Not bad, pretty easy. And what are we making on TQQ? Maybe $100 bucks? Yeah, about $100 bucks. So I have what, 300 bucks? Easy money on that TQQ trade that I told you, and the FNGU trade that I told you. Apple, you know, I couldn't grab the Apple that I wanted it, and that was didn't place my order on the 28th, and I saw the 128th this morning. Now we're back at 128.50. Let's see if we can recall that. But I saw this 28th, and I did not place my order for Apple. Apple easily can go to the 130s, maybe 131. And there goes the UVXY. Just saw it on my other screen. UVXY dropping below the $4 mark on UVXY. So talking about the E-mini trade once again, E-mini trying to break that 5 minutes. I have the 5 minutes usually on my screen, uh, trying to break it. Let me go to the settings here because I might need to get rid of that so that we have some more room on our charts. There. Volume extremely quiet, right? Extremely quiet on the E-mini. I'm not touching that baby. I mean, I shorted this morning those 28s, exited my 10 points on the 18s, and I just did not reverse it. I was actually planning to short again those $30 on E-mini. So my first trade is done for the day. I'm waiting for the second trade, shorting these 30s. If I see it again, I'll be looking for the 4,200. 422 SPY puts coming in online tomorrow, so please pay attention to those. Uh, let's see, should I take those 500 bucks already off the table? Some of you guys are asking me, hey, are we taking the money? Take the money off, guys. I mean, if you're making already 500 bucks and in less than half an hour, I would probably be taking it off. I mean, yes, I want to get it all the way to 29 and 30, but that's just me, right? You guys can go ahead and take it off if you guys went long that TQQ and FNGU. GameStop, oh man, this one, I saw it on 150 as I was driving back, and now it's 152, kind of quiet, but I would like to get along again for GameStop, and I'll be making a video right after I finish the session here on YouTube. Some of you guys have been asking me to create more of those 180 seconds, which is about 3 minutes. So I'll start doing some of those 3 minutes videos for you to get an idea about the ones that we trade the most, like TQQs, GameStops, and calls and whatnot. Calls 53.30, I mean 63, excuse me, 33. So if you still want to go short these calls, here's the main target that it was given today by somebody. Who was it? Oh, UVS. So UVS adjusted the price to 63. Unbelievable. You guys should go and look at the financials of this company. It is just ridiculous. So that's why this is one of my favorite stocks to short, KSS. Never been wrong on that stock. Nailed the home builders this morning off the open, 110, going back to 117. I am long on my other account, 107s from, I think, last week. I might start trimming some here if this drops below the 214. I'm going to start trimming. But Nail has been really good. Really good ETF when it comes to the home builders. I'll be waiting if we drop below the 110 to add to my core position on Nail. NASDAQ in the meantime, guys, I mean, NQ, I think I posted already for you guys. NQ, what do we have on the NQ right now? All right. So check out the NQ. So far, NQ printing what? 13,500. I told you that it was a good chance these guys were going to respect the 450, 480. They did. And now we're trying to print that 500. We kind of finally got out of that trend line early morning. Let's see if it's going to have any legs to push above the VWAP. VWAP currently around 13,560. And we'll see if these guys are going to make any attempt to reverse. Volume, guys, today, Monday, has been just awful, right? Awful. So I will probably gonna head out and just wait for the market to give me the best opportunity. All right, always look for the best opportunity in the markets. Let me go to the FNGU. Some of you guys are saying, should we close it? Yeah, I mean, why not? I told you I'm looking for 500 bucks, maybe $1,000 on this trade. It was 210 about a minute ago, and now you see them pulling below the 27. If you look at the 4 minutes, excuse me, 4 minutes, not the 4 minutes, the 4 hour, let me show you. Oops, excuse me. Shut down the chart for a minute. Let me show you guys what's going on. I love FNGU. You guys know me. FNGU and TQQs. Look where we are, right? Wasn't this February? You guys recall how we were trading February, right? 25 to the 35 to the 30s. This is what I'm waiting for. The same thing. That's why I posted it, and I think I did. Yeah, here. I will be adding more at 25 when it comes to FNGU. I'm waiting for this mode, and I guess I deleted it, my levels, because those ones, they were already on my charts. The 25 bucks, which is these 25.40 from November. You guys recall how we broke out? Actually, we broke out of it in December out of the 25 mark. TQQ gave us 40. February came along, we gained to 25. March and April came along, we came to 25. Every time we bounced back to 30. We even printed 37, right? At the beginning of April, I recall that, in 35. So now, look where we are, 27 bucks, only $2 away from that 25. You load 1,000 shares here and you let it go to 35. You do the math, $5,000 easy. So if you're doing daily trading like the way I do sometimes, take 500 bucks every day, multiply that times 30 days, you do the math. It doesn't matter what you trade. I will be looking for giving you the best opportunities in the markets. And some of you might have said, oh yeah, but this is going down. My friend, you need to understand what TQQ is and what FNGU is and how to trade it. I will be getting rid of this once I see those 500 bucks or $1,000. If I see $1,000 today, I'll go with $1,000 today on FNGU. Look at the jumps, right? Look at the big jumps that we have. Easy money on. Let's see what TQQ is doing. TQQ, there you go. TQQ printing 110. 110 profit, waiting for the 102, 101 to collect maybe 300 bucks on my TQQ and maybe another 300 bucks on my FNGU. Make about a 600 bucks, 700 bucks daily on two stocks, on these two babies. All right, let's go back and take a look at the EMini. EMini is gonna get stuck, guys. I'm telling you. Should I be looking to short? Absolutely. My trade for today was not to look longs after I saw this 38 reversal. You saw the 38 reversal this morning. Let me mark. Well, I don't need to mark it, guys. I don't need to mark these down because we have it on my market profile. That is the overnight high, 38.25. We did not have any sell tail on Friday. No extension, no range, no nothing Friday. So my only concern is that we do not have any extension yet. I was expecting this morning to open 38 and then drag all the way down to the 10s or the 4200s on the E-mini. And I was expecting to leave a bigger tail. So far, we have only a small one. What do we have? About 3 points, I believe. 3 points is not that great. This is the only tail, a selling tail that we left so far this morning. And here is the open. I believe we just tagged the open. Let me get rid of those marking. Did we tag the open? We did not. I think we went to 28, currently 26. Right? So if you shorted that, I hope some of you guys, if you guys are scalping, excuse me, if you guys are scalping the market, that's why I told you, start looking to short the open because we will tag it. I think we went short by one tick. That 28 gave you about 2 points back to 26 for a pretty good scalp. About 200 bucks if you're scalping this baby. My short from the 28 to the 18, that was my only one for the day. Waiting for the next one. The long for me was not originally on when I saw this 15. I think deep period we went to 17 actually. I was tempted to go long here. My problem was volume. I'll be honest with you. My problem with this trade today was specifically about volume. I did not see it in the markets at all, and that kind of held me back a little bit. I didn't see it. I just didn't want to trade it, guys. But for those of you who are still looking for a scalp for today, the 28 doesn't look bad. Even the 31 doesn't look bad. If you see these 31s coming against you, I'll be looking to add to my short so that by the end of the day, we can go back to the value area. Look at the value area low, right? Value area low is overlapping Friday's value area low. And that's why I told you, once you start seeing these overlapping values, good chance is you will get this rotation day. The IB today, the initial balance this morning, if you guys were paying attention to the initial balance this morning, the initial balance was completely, right, completely as we open inside the previous day balance, the previous day value area, excuse me. So as I saw that, I was like, man, that's it. These guys will rotate the market. So when I shorted the open the 28 and I saw the 18 out of the balance on C period, I got out. For a minute, I thought they were gonna just stop here on the 18s, but they did not, right? That's why I exited on the 18s. But they came to that 14, 14 and a quarter, and then reverse track back to the 28. It was a good trade. I just didn't see the conviction to go long on those 18s back to the 28. Now that we tagged the 28, you can say game is pretty much over. This guy might start building the next rotation back to the 20s. So like I told you, if you shorted at 28, kudos to you guys. You can trail it all the way to 20, or you can start, picking up some of the money and start raising some cash if you are that type of trader. Oil, I don't want to do anything on my oil trade because now I'm back at 65. My risk is about 40. All right, so value area high. My risk is about 40, and my reward is about 64.10. It's about 40. So it's about 1-to-1, guys. No, I don't want to take it. I'd rather, this morning completely miss on the 65 and on my 64. 64 long was the trade to take, as I told you guys in the room. That was pure noise this morning, and it appears that the noise on the pipeline, that's why this morning I told you guys 64 is the level to look for. This pipeline noise might go away before the end of the day. I haven't checked the news as I came back. Let me see. Any pipeline news? Do we have any cyber attack? Is done? Let me look at the live updates. Let's see. What do we see? I don't see nothing new. Gasoline and oil prices rise as the U.S. pipeline remains shut after cyber attack. The gasoline price rose as much as 4.2% on Monday. They haven't said when it will reopen, though. So that's the only thing that I see kind of weird. They don't know when they will reopen, and the June prices already, the delivery, they were up about 1.6%. So this will probably will give some immediate jump, and that's why the short is probably not the best idea, and that's the long is the one to look for on that trade on the oil. Man, if I see the reversal back to the 64, then yes, I will start adding to my trade on that oil. Okay? If I see that reversal, guys, I will add. Let's look at the book map on EMini. Some of you guys are asking me for the book map. Well, that's what I have, guys. That's the book map, right? That's the book map for the EMini. Completely noise. It's just ridiculous since last week, right? Look at this. There is no volume whatsoever. Nothing. That's my only conviction. I see some 42.30s. This is just an algo. You can clearly see them at 42.30, 31, which is the value, not the value, excuse me. That's the high for the day. And then you see them down below, stuck right here at 25, 26 area. So, you might tag the 31 and then roll over back to the 25 again on that. FNGU printing $300 as we're speaking, guys. Let me go back and see if I can grab some on my other account and ring the register. Remember, always ring the register on your trades. Don't leave the money hanging there. Let's go back to FNGU. There goes the $500. Easy, speezy. Right, there is $300 already on this one, and the TQQ probably printing 145. There you have it. Live in the room. I opened this trade about half an hour ago. Okay, you can start picking up and trailing it, or I don't have any trail. I just let it go. And as a matter of fact, I couldn't add another 100 shares. I would have probably added another 100 shares. But 150, The market is coming up just a tiny bit, so you know you can start closing it up and start collecting your money, right? This one might come down to 99. I can grab it at $99 again. If it comes to 99, let me look at my. Give me 1 second. TQQ, where are you? Where did I do with the TQQ? There you go. So I see 130 on the book map. Look at that. Here is the TQQ, and I see 99.50. So I can collect my 200 bucks now, right? And then buy it back at 99.50, back to 100, 130. So those are the two targets that I have on the TQQ. So I'm probably gonna ring the register, collect my 100 bucks. Oops, excuse me. Look at this, just dropped from the 150. Let's look at the TQQs and the FNGUs. If I can ring the register on the FNGU and grab it back at 26 again, I'll be more than happy to collect my money, right? 265 right now. Okay, let's get 500 shares out right at 27.29. Let's see if they're gonna fill me. There you go. I am out, collected about 270 bucks on that thing, and let's see if we can collect the 500 bucks that we need. Right, 99.91. Let's do 100. Let's see if they get me out. There you go, guys. I'm out of both trades. I don't know if my let's see. Well, I posted it here. Yes, I posted it here. So both FNGU and TQQ update. I'm gonna give you an update right now on what did I do there. 500 bucks, easy money, guys. That was very easy money. FNGU, right? TQQ closed at 99.94, whatever the hell that was. I think it was 92. I don't remember. I'll add it right now. And FNGU, and this was, I mean, you guys can do the percentage. I'm gonna be doing this at the end of the day because I have no time, but I am trading live with you guys. But the return was about maybe 2-3% on this, higher than 3% from what we get it. Let me look at the trades. All right. Come on. There you go, 27.29. So I can give you exactly where did I close my trades on both FNGU and TQQ. And I will be reloading this, by the way. I'll be loading back. Let me look at TQQ. What did I exit on TQQ? I think it was 95, 91 on TQQ. That was a very good percentage. I think it was pretty close. Close to the 500 that I told you. 500 profit for the day, right? There, done, beautiful. And now we're coming back. Like I told you, there is a good chance we come back to 99.50 or the 98.50, and I'm gonna load back some more FNGU and some more TQQs, right? What do we have in the ES? Boring, right? A previous day settle. So not much to do on my FNG, on my EMini. Same thing for oil. Oil just waiting. I mean, this oil is just going to rip higher as we come into the close, near the close on oil. I have the feeling, actually, look at the oil. What do we have on oil for today? You start seeing this 65.12 lighting up, right? 65.12, and you start seeing some 65.40s lining up as we are moving away. To the downside, you don't see much. I think the 64 guys are gone. Let me modify my chart here. There you go. Look at that. How clearly this is. How beautiful. Look how beautiful. These guys were waiting as we were coming along. Oh, man. Let me load 24 hours. Let's see if these guys are going to load it. But look how beautiful these guys were waiting before. This is way before. When the market was right here on the 64.60s, around 9:30 this morning, these orders on the 64 were there even before that. So pretty good chunk of money on the oil being made today. Let's see, $99.70 for TQQ. Okay, and we have 300, 400. So we made about $433 on that trade, guys. Okay, $433. That's what we made on that trade. Let me load it up. There you go. This is what I want to show you guys. All right, this was the reason why it was so important this morning as I was opening the room for you guys to look at the $64. They were here all night before the market even opens. All right, all night. This was the noise from last night as we Sunday night, those 65, 65, 60s. We opened the market today, the 65.30, and immediately we went and grabbed that supply, that demand, right? That demand came exactly to the 64 bucks. And look at them right now. They are still waiting there, right? Just like sharks, they are still waiting at that 64. So if I see it, I am jumping with these guys. With my two hands, I am jumping on this $64, $63.90. So right now, it looks like they might try and push into those 65. I even see some 65.70s, which is the overnight high on oil. So we are, like I'm telling you, that's why my risk reward is not that great now, right? I like to play always the edges, right? You need to be right here, right? Here is the bell curve, right? I want to be here at the extremes every single time. Be as the extreme. This is value. Let them transact business at the value. Nothing for us to do on oil right now. Let me go back to Apple. Someone just texted me in my Apple. What did he want on Apple? I see 129, 128.60, and 129. So Apple, somebody just tell me, Apple 29s. What do I look for 29s? It looks like, yes, we might encounter some selling at the 29, but here is where my buyers are, right? 128. So that's what you want. If you want to grab 500 shares and take them to the 29, good for you. But it looks like right now, look at this supply coming online at 28.80. 20 cents before hitting that 29. Be careful. I will wait for this, my friend. I will wait for the 28. I mean, I missed it this morning. Here was the demand. Look at the beautiful demand zone this morning at 28. But now, back at 28.80, I have nothing to do. Actually, 128.57 right now. Nothing to do for me on Apple, my friend. Thank you very much for the text, but I'll pass on right now. Let me look at FNGU, see if we're pulling back already to start loading up. Not much. It hasn't pulled as much as I wanted it to. We are looking for, so let me play 300 shares here at 27. So I'll buy 300. I bought 500, remember that. So I'm going to buy 300 now at 27, and I'll be adding some more here, another 300 right at 26. Let's see if I can get a good average of about 26 bucks on my FNGU. You guys recall the nice trade from $9 to $9.75 on our $9.57, excuse me. $9 to $9.57 on AMC last week. Well, I did add it on my other account right here at $9.40, $9.50, I think. I'm long $9.50, currently $9.78. I will probably buy some more here if I see this $9.50 today or below $9.50 on AMC. Those of you trading the AMC with me last week, kudos to you guys. Some of you guys were loading like 3,000 shares. I mean, I got a message on Twitter saying that, you know, the AMC short squeeze might take us back to 15. I'm not sure about any of those news. I don't follow nobody on social media, so I just look what the charts are telling me. Today, it appears we printed 10 bucks. I mean, we went over 10 bucks this morning. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But 10 bucks has been a resistance so far. So I like buying it right here on 950s. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'd rather go with my trade on Coinbase. I'm still long Coinbase. You guys recall 958 on my other account. I did not close it at 265 on Friday. I was mentioned the close on Friday, but I didn't close it on Friday. I'm glad I did not. Look where we are right now, 285 on my Coinbase trade. I might trim now. Now is the time to trim. I like this 280 to hold and go back to 300. So I'll probably I will be trimming 50% on my Coinbase, all right? Maybe 50% of it, and leave 50% to go. Let me place the order. Give me 1 second, because I have 49 shares, 48 shares. I'll probably trim 24. Give me 1 second. EMini printing right now. EMini just printing 29, which is the level that I'm looking for, right? EMini just tagged the open and is starting to move into the high of the day. This is what I told you this morning as I came to the room. Be careful on if you took the 28 to 26, because the reversal was from 26 to the 31. So be careful. I will be adding 2 right now. If I see any move, a struggle here on the 31s with no volume, that is the moment for me to go short that ES. And I'll have a tight stop, maybe 2-3 points on that. Let me go back to my order has been executed. Beautiful. I love it. All right, so that order is gone. Great. All right, my order was executed on my 24 shares on Coinbase, and now I see my KSS printing 63.40, still just 63.40 on KSS. Guys, the Beyond Meat guys completely missed it, man. That 135 on last week, completely missed that short. Nothing to do right now on that trade. Absolutely nothing to do. I would not touch it. Usually that's my go-to short, Beyond Meat and KSS and my UVXYs, but not today. Not today. Wow, look at Wafer. Oh my goodness, my alert just went off. Wafer 325 right now, guys. Jeez, let me put it on the screen for you guys to see it. I have no position on Wafer after closing my 278, 278, excuse me. What is the chart? There you go. 278. Oh man, I placed my order and they rejected it. The 231, excuse me. I placed my order on my account to go short 231 and they just rejected the price on 230 and back at 228. Oh man, seriously? By 1 point, they're gonna leave me hanging. Place my order here, 231, and look at these suckers just dumping it now. Too bad. Anyways, let's go back to this baby. Before I leave, guys, it's almost 12:30. Daily, I'll show you the daily so you guys can understand. And the 278 trade that I had on these W, excuse me, I closed it right at 305, and now look where we are. 325, back inside the range that we were playing. So now we will start to play this baby back in the same range that we were doing. I want to let it go for today. We want to see if we can pull back to the 310s, 300s, and start playing the same game, excuse me, back to the 340s on this. I really messed up because once I saw the 305 Friday, I got out of my trade from these 278s after earnings. But this was such a great move. I'm glad we did not take any hit here, right? I'm glad we didn't take this big hit. I think the last trade we did was the 290 to 310, somewhere around here. But look at where we are now. Great trading on W. Please keep it in your charts and recall that move that we have done on Wafer. All right, let's see. FNGU is pulling back. Let me take it back to the 5 minutes. See a clear view, clear picture of what's going on with FNGU. NASDAQ and ES tag the high of the day. Well, they almost tag it, the high of the day. And here comes the rotation back down. I mean, what a morons. Didn't want to place my order at 30, so I placed it at 21. And yeah, good. I mean, if any of you guys took this short of the high, nice for you. Good move, rotation back to the 26, which is your point of control, guys. I'll have my orders, all right, 600 shares on my FMGU, and I have my order, 99 bucks. Let me see, what are we printing? 99.50. You see, we're coming down. That was a good trade, guys, collecting those 500 bucks, right? Very good trade. Very nice. Kudos to you guys. Here was the move from 99. Now we're back at, we touched 100 and this morning, but now struggling here on the 99s. Look at this. Whoa, look at this jump, guys. We just dragged 25. Anyone shorted that, I'm sorry. Got excited on this jump. Let me go back to my account, see if they are going to fill my orders here, because this is starting to look as a beautiful couple of $1,000 on a single day. But 99.50s now. Let me look at the TQQ, see if I can get the $99 once again. Even better, if I get the 98.48, I get those 98.48s, right? 99.50. This morning I got it at 98.50. So I will be placing my order here. Not at 300. I'll go with 100 shares to buy. There you go. See if we can get this $98 back on TQQ. I would love this trade. Let me go back to Interactive Broker, please. Give me 1 second. Place my order on my DAS Trader. Let me go to DAS Trader. There you go. 27.11. Great trading, guys, today. Beautiful. You guys rock this morning. Anyone got short this 28? Man, they left me hanging here. I hate it. My order was right there. I was looking for a poor high, and by 2 ticks, they did not fill my order. So if you guys shorted those 29s, even if you shorted the 28, which was the open, kudos to you guys, because now the move is to 42.20. As I am going to be closing the room, it is 12:30 lunchtime, and I will be getting the heck out of here. It has been such a good morning. Thank you so much for attending. I'm sorry that I was a little late, about 20 minutes late. I do apologize. Just one errand that I have to run with the wife early on in the morning. But kudos to you guys taking those trades this morning. It was amazing. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow in the trading room. I am live now on Discord for those of you. And please don't forget, like my videos, give me a thumbs up on my videos. I really appreciate it. And go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget, hit that notification bell so you get notifications every time I go live or every time I post a brand new video on my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Take care, guys. Happy trading. God bless. Be seeing you guys tomorrow morning.